morning, you guys, and welcome back to another vlog. I'm kind of welcoming myself back because clearly I have not vlogged for a couple of months, but I'm excited to be starting off the new year with a vlog. And in this vlog, I'm going to be kind of sharing my habits that I'm implementing for 2024. Nothing crazy. Connor and I are listening to Atomic Habits on Audible right now, and he talks a lot about creating habits that are actually attainable and work with your schedule and work with your lifestyle. I think a lot of people with the new year want to implement new habits that are just really far-fetched for where they're at that current moment in time. And there's nothing wrong with having, you know, high goals for yourself and things that you want to get to and routines you want to have someday, but I think you have to be really realistic if you want it to stick. And so I'm going to be sharing some of the habits that I'm implementing, and like I said, they're nothing crazy. They're kind of just building off of habits that already exist in my life. Some of them are kind of a challenge, and so I'm doing a little bit of a modified 75 soft. I'm still debating if I'm going to do 30 soft or 75 soft. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but just wanted to say good morning and hello. Connor and I got up this morning. He got up a little before I did, and we left for the gym a little bit after 7:30, and I walked 3 miles because that's one of the habits that I'm implementing. And then we got home from the gym and made breakfast. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, and so I've been sneezing honestly 24/7. I feel like I always have to sneeze, but yeah, we made breakfast and then now just sitting down to get work going for the day. I don't really have a crazy day. It's kind of that like first part of the year, everyone's still kind of easing back into it, and I just don't have a ton of stuff today. Exactly. Tomorrow is a little bit crazier, but today I don't have a ton on my plate, which is nice, but I do have some things that I really need to get done. So time to start working. I got this planner because I haven't even talked about it on the vlog or on the channel at all, but Connor and I got engaged on our trip to Bali this summer. So we're in the midst of wedding planning, and I really needed something to keep my life in order between work and our personal life and wedding planning and everything in between. So I got this planner from Target. I'm really liking it so far. I like how big it is. Usually in the past, I feel like I've had smaller planners that are like, you know, a fraction of this size, but I like this nice and big one so I can really just write down all my thoughts, and it's been helping me stay in line. I really need to-do lists every day of like all these things, and usually I'll create my tomorrow's to-do list today of things that I didn't have time to get done or I know that I'm not going to get done today. Anyways, so I'm just looking over my to-do list, and there's some important things we got to get done today. Not all super work related, but definitely work stuff, wedding stuff, life stuff. Just wanted to say good morning and welcome you guys back to the channel, the vlog, and I'm excited to be vlogging this week. I will talk with you guys in just a little bit about the habits and kind of my version of 75 soft that I'm doing. First, I just need to hone in on my planner and get my workday going. Okay, it's a little bit later in the afternoon and I've been getting a bunch of work done, and I actually just watched JC Marie Smith's vlog of her pregnancy announcement, which, you guys, it made me tear up because I've been following JC for like 5 or 6 years and just love her so much, and watching all of her fertility or infertility vlogs was so gut-wrenching, but then to find out she's actually pregnant is just so sweet. Anyways, that was a really pleasant break in my workday. I thought that I would share right now what my little like 75 soft challenge is for myself, because I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this vlog, and that's a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be showing you guys, and I'm going to be talking about those habits. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. It's not very long. It's nothing exciting. But this is the 75 soft. It's not focusing, but there you go. I'll put a little screenshot right here for you guys to see it, but I said gratitude journaling each morning, which is something I used to do and I was really consistent at. Fell off, as I usually do with journaling, but I really notice a change in my demeanor and in my day-to-day attitude when I'm gratitude journaling. It just, especially in the morning, it just really makes you start your day looking for the positives and thinking of the things that you're really grateful for in your daily life. So that's one of them, and then doing 2 workouts per day, and one of them has to be a walk. I've really been wanting to prioritize walking in my day-to-day life, and so for the past week, because it's January 8th, so for the past week I've been getting up and going for a walk first thing in the morning. That's like the 3-mile walk I did this morning, and I've been trying to make my walks at least 45 minutes. Sometimes they're a little bit longer, and then I usually do a second workout workout in the day. It can be another walk. It can be, a lot of the times it's a yoga class when I go to my yoga studio that I have a membership at. It can be a HIIT workout, really whatever I'm feeling that day. I'm not really putting any sort of pressure on myself, and I'm not doing like how 75 hard one has to be outside. I'm not really doing that because I could do that and that would definitely be a challenge, but it is frigidly cold where I live, and it is honestly like next week the high is like in the like 10s, like 18 degrees or something like that. And so while I could go for a walk outside and bundle up, I'm not putting that kind of pressure on myself because also I've been sick, and so I just feel like it's not smart when you're sick or trying to recover from a sickness to go walk outside and be in the cold for 45 minutes at a time. But I would love to walk outside more. I also want to read 10 minutes daily, and I know again in 75 hard you do 10 minutes or 10 pages of a self-help book, and I'm not putting that stipulation on myself either, because if I'm going to read a self-help book, I want it to be because I'm really interested in the content and not for some sort of a challenge. I just feel like if I was to say like it has to be a self-help book, then I would maybe just do it as like I need to check this off my list, and I wouldn't actually absorb the information. I do have some self-help books that I want to read this year, so I'm not gonna read them, but it's also not like I have to read a self-help book. Currently I'm almost done with Iron Flame. I've really been on a fantasy kick. I think it's really funny, but I've been loving fantasy books lately. I finished ACOTAR this summer and it was so good, like the whole series, and I read Fourth Wing last month, and then I'm finishing up Iron Flame, and then I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I might start Crescent City. I might want a little break from the fantasy books. We'll see. And then I'm doing no alcohol, so kind of a dry January of sorts, and then kind of carrying it on, which honestly I wasn't even gonna put that on my 75 soft list because Connor and I really don't drink in our day-to-day life. Like we are very much not drinkers. Like only in very social settings will we have a drink. I just personally don't like the way I feel after I have even just like 1 or 2 glasses of wine. I put that on there because I'm actually really sticking to dry January, except we are going to Vegas at the end of the month, and so I said no alcohol except for predetermined dates. So my birthday's in February, we're going to Vegas at the end of January. I honestly might not even drink on my birthday because again I just really don't like it, but those are dates that I know ahead of time I might want to have a drink. But other than that, even if I'm in a social setting, I'm just not gonna drink. I'm also doing 1 gallon of water daily, which I have my Stanley. I'm trying to find another water bottle, but I'm doing a low spend month for January, so I'm not buying any water bottle right now. But it's about 3 Stanleys or so, so I'm just trying to be conscious of my water intake. Again, it's something I do even before this challenge. Like for a year or so I've been really good at my water intake, but just like a daily reminder, 1 gallon or 3 Stanleys of water. I didn't want to do any sort of like a diet like you normally would do in 75 hard, just because for my sake and knowing myself that would not be healthy for me. So instead of adhering to some sort of a diet, I'm just trying to be really conscious of my sugar intake every day and not snacking on sugary snacks or having a bunch of sweets before I go to bed or things like that. And then also just trying to incorporate healthy elements into each meal. Connor and I cook almost every meal at home. We rarely go out to eat, and so that's not something I put on there because we cook pretty much 7 days a week at home. It's rare if we go out to eat. So I know a lot of people will say like they want to eat in more. For us, we love cooking. We cook every day. I just want to incorporate healthy elements into each meal that we're cooking. Yeah, that is the 75 soft that I'm doing, and I've been really liking it so far. And I'm also not doing it where like with 75 hard, if you miss a day you have to restart. I'm not doing that. Again, there's been one day where I haven't done 2 workouts a day because it was a super busy day. I had a really bad head cold, and so I just didn't put that pressure on myself. I'm just back in the grind now, and yeah, it's been really good. It's just fun to have something in the new year to kind of like challenge myself to reach my goals, and I love having a little challenge. Like last year in January, and in 2022 is when I trained for a full marathon and then ran it last January, almost a year ago, which is insane. But I loved having a little challenge and something that I was working towards, and so I think this is another fun way to, you know, check off boxes, feel like I'm working towards something without doing something that will be like too hard and then I can't continue. Because the goal for me with these 75 soft challenges or habits is that they carry on past the challenge. I don't want it to just be like a 75-day thing, because all of these things that I'm talking about are things that are really easy to make actual habits and do in your day-to-day life. Maybe not the 2 workouts every single day, that's a little bit much, but it's doable. So that was 75 soft, and now I'm going to continue working, and then I'm going to make my grocery list and our recipes for the week, and then go from there. Just to like get it set up. It's like am just, wow, it looks really blue. It's really getting dark out so early in the afternoon, but that's besides the point. I am getting ready to go to a yoga class, and I'm super excited because the gal who's teaching today, it's a vinyasa class, and she's one of my favorite instructors at the studio I go to. I love them all. I love seriously every single instructor. They're amazing. But this gal is so awesome because her classes are so positive, and they're a little bit more on the chill side, which is really what I need right now. Kind of recovering from this head cold. I'm so excited. I haven't taken one of her classes in a little bit either, like a few weeks, so I'm stoked to go. And I'm wearing the same workout set I wore earlier this morning for my walk, which has kind of been my routine. I'll wear a little workout set for my morning walks, and then I will change into my daily clothes, and then I'll change back into my workout clothes for my yoga class later in the day. Then I'm not doing as much laundry, and I don't sweat that much on my morning walks. It just makes sense to rewear it. So this little set is so cute. It's from Lululemon, and I'm obsessed. It's the Energy Longline bra, which I love, and then the matching leggings, the Align leggings, and I think it's in the color, I don't remember the color, but it's the super light pink. You can't even really tell. It kind of looks white, but it's actually a really light pink color, and I love it. I have my mat, which Connor got me this mat for Christmas, a new yoga mat, which I'm so excited about. I love it. I've used it a few times already, and I'm just obsessed. It's the Manduka Pro mat, and it's really thick. Compared to my last mat, it was another Manduka mat, but it was a little bit thinner, and this one's just so thick and sturdy. I love it. And I have my yoga towels, and this is my mat towel, and then this is for me because it's a hot yoga class, and it seriously, you sweat so much in these classes, it's not even real. And it's currently snowing outside, but it's also like 36 degrees, so the snow's not sticking, so it's kind of like rain snow mixed. I'm gonna throw on my new Free People hoodie. I'm obsessed with this too. Clearly I like pink. The theme for the year, I think, is pink. I'm going to stop at Trader Joe's on my way home from yoga and get all of our weekly groceries, and then we'll come home and we're gonna make dinner. I don't know what we're gonna make yet, but it'll be a surprise for you guys and for me. And I'm in bed. I made this little tart cherry mocktail. I've been saying it for a long time now, but I'm finally trying it because apparently cherry juice has magnesium in it, so it's really good to drink before bed. And I just did mostly cherry juice and then topped it off with some sparkling water, so we'll see how it is. And I'm going to get cozy. I'm not quite in my PJs yet, but I will be soon. Going to read Iron Flame and then go to bed. See you guys tomorrow. Meeting of the day, but I just wanted to say good morning. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit, but we don't have a super busy day today, just a couple of meetings. But then after that, not a whole lot, but I have some fun stuff to fill you guys in on. So catch up with you after my meeting. Okay, my meeting is done, my first one. I still have another meeting in an hour at 12:30, but until then I am getting some work stuff done, but I'm also starting to make a really comprehensive list of every single thing that we have to do for our wedding. Our wedding is in 5 months, which is so crazy. And we have pretty much all the big stuff booked, but it's a lot of the little details that we have to figure out now. And I've really been procrastinating, honestly, because it's a lot. Planning a wedding is a lot, and we're not using a wedding planner. So I am doing it pretty much all on my own, and it's crunch time. So I need to write down literally every single minute detail of every single thing that I need to do and start making my lists of like decor that I need to start buying and just random stuff like that. So I really need to get the ball rolling on this. We are not coming down to the wire, but it kind of feels like that. That's kind of one of the things I'm working on today. My parents are out of town, but once they're back, I'm gonna call my mom and sit down with her via FaceTime and go over all of this. I have so many big things happening this year that I need to be organized for. Like, my brain could explode thinking about all of these big things we're doing this year. Wedding, trips, moving, like just so many different things. So anyways, I'm gonna keep working on my wedding to-do list. Actually, let me show you really quick what I'm working on. So I'm titling this just the ultimate wedding to-do list, and we already have this spreadsheet from The Knot, which is so helpful. So if you're a bride, definitely download this because they have literally everything. So like they have this checklist and it just outlines every single thing that you need to do for your wedding, and it's so helpful. So now I'm going over here and I'm just writing down literally everything. Like I need to text my bridesmaids about bachelorette party and their attire today, and like this is my mom, my dad. I'm just like literally doing every single thing, who is in charge of it, if it's done, notes, links, anything like that. And then I'm gonna probably organize it by the due date, but for now I'm kind of just brain dumping everything. I'm sure there's other ways to do this, but for my brain, this is just what feels the best. Like just being able to dump everything out in a spreadsheet, every single tiny detail, and then start checking them off one by one. Because I was telling Connor this the other day, like everything for the wedding right now is in my head and I know what needs to get done, but I need to like dump it all out so I can see it because I'm super visual, and then also start delegating tasks because there's a lot that has to happen and there's literally no way that I can do it all, especially with Connor being in med school and he's taking his first board exam in 2 months. So our life is chaos right now, but good chaos. It's all good things. So we just did a Costco run and got some of the essentials. So spinach, we always get these frozen chicken breasts, strawberries for smoothies, these as like a treat, eggs, OJ. We really like this fully cooked bacon. You just put it in the microwave and it's super easy in the mornings. Frozen pizzas for ever not feeling like cooking, and then the Poppy variety pack and some hand soap and dishwasher tablets. I'm gonna make another one of those like sleepy girl mocktails that's literally just tart cherry juice and sparkling water because I slept really well last night. I'm not saying that's what it was, but I did drink it last night and I did sleep well last night. So we're gonna drink it again because I'm also craving a like sparkly beverage. Show you guys my recipe. So I'm gonna use this 100% tart red cherry juice from Trader Joe's. And I've heard that you want it to be 100% cherry juice. Don't know why. And then I also just got this sparkling water from Trader Joe's. It was like the cheapest one they had. Fill the cup with ice, which I don't have an ice machine, so this is what I have to do every time. And then we're gonna do the tart cherry juice. I actually really liked the taste of it, so I'm gonna do that much. 2/3, 3/4, and then sparkling water just to top it off. And stir her up very carefully so as not to spill. It's really good. I like sour, so I love the cherry. Last night I read for like an hour straight and I made it to 88% of the way through Iron Flame, and I'm gonna try and finish it tonight. My Kindle says I have an hour 26 left, but they usually don't include like the end, not prologue, but like the appendix or author's notes or extra pages. So I don't think it'll take quite that long. but it's 8:30 right now, so I have some time before I'm gonna go to sleep. I literally cannot believe I'm on page 781 of this book and I'm still not done, but I feel like it's finally starting to get really good, so I'm definitely gonna finish it. I really need to finish it, preferably tonight, if not tomorrow, but I think I can finish it tonight because I have a book club next week and I have not started the book yet. The book, like Everything I Know About Love something 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 by Dolly something something. It was like a really popular book a few months back and I have not read it. A lot of the girls in my book club have, but it was the book everyone voted on and the girls who had read it said they loved it. So I'm excited to read that, but my book club meets next Thursday, so I really need to get on it. Although the last time we had book club, I read the book in one day, the night before book club, so it can be done, but I'd rather not do that. Also, I didn't even explain this little cup of random chunks. This is the Heavenly Hunks that I showed you guys that we just got at Costco. These are such a good little snack, and I was looking at the ingredients because, again, like part of my goals I told you guys is to be more conscious of my sugar intake with this like 75 soft challenge. The ingredients in the little chunks are really good for being like processed packaged food, and there's only 7 grams of sugar in each one, so I'm like, that's pretty good for like a little treat at night, and they're really tasty. I'm gonna eat a couple of those, have my cherry drink, read my book. It's a good night, you guys. I have to admit, I was in a little bit of a funk tonight. I think because between wedding planning and Connor and I have like an eyelash stuck in my eye. Between wedding planning and Connor is studying for his board exams that are in 2 months, and then we're going on 2 really big trips this year and a bunch of other really big things. I just feel stretched really thin with like all these different things we're trying to plan. Like we're going on a really big trip, and then we're literally getting married like the next 2 months later, and then we're going on a really big trip. Then all these other things are happening that are exciting, but yeah, it's a lot, and I had a little bit of not a mental breakdown, but definitely was in like a funk today. Honestly, quality time with Connor at Costco turned it around, and I'm feeling better. So just your daily dose of reality. Even though I'm doing this challenge to try and be better in the new year, life still just, you know, sucker punches you sometimes. That wasn't even a sucker punch, but it's just tough is all I'm trying to say. So if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. The beginning of the year can be really challenging, and you're just trying to focus on bettering yourself, and everyone around you is, and it can feel very overwhelming. All the things that you want to do to be better. I get it. If you're in that boat, I'm in that boat with you. So anyways, I'm rambling. I want to read, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, we just got back from the gym. I walked 3 miles, and I always do the first mile. I may have said this earlier, but I always do the first mile on an incline, and then the rest I just do normally at like 3.6 speed. But it feels so good to have done a workout, and it's only 8:30 in the morning. But now we're home and gonna make some breakfast. When I'm home, I'm such a creature of habit, so all of these routines that I'm showing you are very repetitive, so I'm not gonna show you again. But I'm gonna make my oatmeal, and then I'm either gonna have cottage cheese, don't sleep on it, or a smoothie. We'll see. Connor's aunt got us this Amazon like Echo Dot or something for Christmas, and we love it in the kitchen for playing music. It's like a little speaker. I think I'm gonna play, I was just playing Hollow Cove's radio, and I think I'm gonna do that. It just really is setting the vibe for the morning. Play Hollow Cove's radio.
Hollow Coves and Similar Artists Station from Apple Music.
I'm not sure about anybody else, but for me, I feel like the winter uglies are really starting to kick in, and I am just not feeling my cutest. I'm also not like doing anything to help that situation. Like I'm not doing anything to make my appearance any better. Yeah, I'm just like kind of embracing it and know that it's temporary, and once warmer weather rolls around in about 3 months and I can get a tan and like dress for going outside of my house again without wearing 45 layers, then we'll see how I feel. But yeah, happy to report that the winter uglies have not gone anywhere. I will need, do you want me to just like roughly run through this list with you of like the next couple months. Like, I'll just tell you the like important stuff slash things that I'll need your help with. Okay, so one of the things is, I don't know if it's too late to do that, but I think it would be a good idea. That's one that I was thinking, and then that one, or like the one that, okay.
How many you think, like, okay, so
I'm gonna look it up. So I would say probably like 30. Okay, it is now a lot later in the day, but I've literally just been doing work stuff. I called my mom for an hour and a half today, and we just talked about wedding things and getting all of the fun stuff booked and planned and all the little details. So I feel a lot better now that we laid it all out, talked about it, delegated tasks. It's just like I was saying, all the little details are like in my head, but actually getting them out and then like accomplishing them is the hard part. We got that done today. I'm feeling good, and now off to go do some hot yoga. So excited. I'm really tired and sore today, so we'll see how that goes. But yoga is all about just listening to your body and honoring what it needs that day. So that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna do like homemade Chipotle bowls for dinner tonight, so that sounds really good, and I'm excited to have those when we get home. Currently chopping an onion for dinner, and I'm literally like tears down my face because it's so potent. Like I said, we're making those Chipotle style bowls tonight, so I'm just prepping all the veggies. Connor just got home from the gym, and he's gonna cook up the chicken. I don't like cooking the meat as much, so he's gonna do that, and then we'll do like fajita style veggies in the pan, cook it all up, and then we'll do rice and then some other fun toppings. Call it a day. I'm in my pajamas. It's barely 6 o'clock. PJs. Like, what category does it fall under?
I don't know, but just like the fact that so much work
To peel it and cut it.
it's so potent, but we love it, but not on its own.
Whenever we make anything with shredded cheddar cheese, I always eat so much out of the back. I can't help myself.
She can't help it.
I can't.